Hey guys, we're back here once again with our coach book. We are moving on to clouds and precipitation. If you want to follow along, we are on page 65. And you definitely will need your packet again. So let's start off with the very beginning. Some clouds look like puffs of smoke. Others look like cotton balls. But clouds are really masses of tiny water droplets or ice crystals. There are different kinds of clouds. You can classify different types of clouds by their features. The water in clouds may fall to earth as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. You have learned that water can be a liquid, a solid, or a gas. Recall that water as a gas is called water vapor. Clouds form when water vapor in the air condenses. When the water condenses, it changes from a liquid to liquid water. Clouds are part of this water cycle. The process of clouds formation starts because warm air rises. We've already talked about warm air rising, right? Warm air near the Earth's surface holds water vapor. As the warm air rises, it moves into a cooler part of the atmosphere. Cool air cannot hold as much water vapor as warm air. Some of the water vapor condenses around tiny pieces of dust in the air. Tiny droplets of liquid water form. If the air is very cold, the water vapor forms ice crystals. Clouds are made of billions of waters of droplets of ice, or sometimes both. Let's see if we can answer any questions here. Blank are masses of tiny water droplets or ice crystals that can be classified by their features. So what are they? What are we talking about? I do this every time I zoom in. Blank are really masses of tiny waters, droplets, or ice crystals. What are they? They are clouds, are measures of tiny water droplets or ice crystals that can be classified by their features. Clouds form when water vapor in the air blank. So how do clouds form? What happens? Clouds form starts because when the water vapor in the air, what's happening? Condenses, changing to liquid water. Cloud formation starts because warm air does what? What does warm air do? It rises. Cool air blank holds much water vapor as warm air. Cool air what? Cool air can not hold as much water vapor as warm air. As warm air rises, the water vapor cools and condenses around tiny pieces of, what does it condense around? Tiny pieces of dust in the air, forming, what is it forming? Blank, made of billions of waters of droplets or ice crystals. So it's going to form, blank are made up of billions of waters of ice droplets. What are they? They are clouds, are made of billions of water droplets or ice crystals. There are blank main types of clouds as they are associated with different kinds of blank and blank. Oh, different kinds of clouds. There are 3 main types of clouds. Each type is likely to bring different kind of weather. In Lesson 9, you learned that weather is the condition in which the atmosphere at a certain time and period. Observing clouds can help tell you what kind of weather is on the way. So we can answer that first part, right? There are blank types of clouds. How many types of clouds are there? There are 3 main types of clouds. They are each associated with different kinds of blank. They're associated with different kinds of weather. Blank clouds are low, sheet-like. So let's go and see what type of clouds we have. Stratus clouds are low. Sheet-like clouds. Sometimes they look like a gray blanket covering the whole sky. When you say the day is cloudy, you most often mean that the sky is filled with stratus clouds. Some stratus clouds bring rain. Some being the key word there. Cumulus clouds are puffy clouds. They often are flat on the bottom. You will see white cumulus clouds in nice weather. They are usually higher in the sky than stratus clouds. Cumulus clouds are often spread out, with large spaces of blue sky between them. Sometimes these clouds become big and dark. Then they are cumulus nimbus clouds. They bring rain, thunder, and lightning. So you want to see some air and some space in between them for them to be cumulus. Okay? The highest clouds are cirrus clouds. They are wispy and they look like feathers in the sky. Cirrus clouds form when air is very cold, so they are made up of ice crystals. You see these clouds in fair weather, but rainy weather often shows up in a day or two. So blank clouds are low, sheet-like clouds. What kind of clouds are low and sheet-like clouds? Yep, stratus clouds are low, sheet-like clouds, and sometimes bring rain. Blank clouds are puffy clouds and often flat on the bottom. What kind of clouds are flat and puffy on the bottom? Cumulus clouds are puffy clouds and often flat on the bottom. These usually are higher in the sky than stratus clouds and blank out from each other. What are they? Cumulus clouds are often spread out from each other. Cumulus clouds are associated with fair weather unless they become, what do they become? Big and dark. Then they are blank clouds which bring rain. What kind of clouds bring rain? It's in italics there. Cumulus nimbus. Thunder and lightning. The highest clouds are called, what are the highest clouds called? Cirrus, which are thin and wispy. They are made of ice crystals because they form when the air is very, look at that paragraph. They form when the air is very cold. When you see these clouds, the weather is probably fair, but blank weather often follows in a day or two. What kind of weather is going to follow in a day or two? Rainy weather follows in a day or two. Blank is a type of stratus cloud that forms at near the ground. We haven't gotten to that part. Okay, look over here to our next page. Not all clouds are in the sky. Fog is a cloud that is near or low to the ground. If you go outside on a foggy day, you walk through a cloud. Recall that precipitation is water that falls from the atmosphere. The water can take the form of rain, snow, and sleet, or hail. Rain falls in drops. Cloud droplets are too tiny to fall to earth. For rain to fall, larger, heavier drops of water must form in clouds. Some raindrops form when droplets bump into each other and stick together. It takes millions of droplets to make one raindrop. Other raindrops come from ice crystals that form in cold clouds. As ice crystals grow, they become heavier and they fall towards earth. They melt into raindrops as they fall through warmer parts of the atmosphere. Snow falls from cold clouds when ice crystals stay frozen as they fall. The falling of ice crystals join together to form snowflakes of different sizes. Depending on the temperature, snow may be light and powdery or heavy and wet. Sleet is frozen or partly frozen rain. Sleet forms when raindrops fall through a layer of very cold air near the ground. Hail is precipitation in forms of balls or chunks of ice. Cumulus nimbus clouds often produce hail. Hailstones start as tiny pellets of ice inside these clouds. The ice pellets gets caught up in a strong up and down movement of air, called updrafts and downdrafts. The new layer of ice forms on pellets each time they are bounced up and down. In time, they get so heavy that the updrafts cannot hold them up. Then the hailstones fall to the ground. Most hailstones are small, but some are as big as softballs. Okay, let's look at the question here. Blank is a type of stratus cloud that forms near the ground. What's a cloud that forms near the ground? We walk through it. What do we walk through? Fog. Fog is a stratus cloud that is near the ground. Precipitation in water falls from the blank as rain. Precipitation falls from the atmosphere as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Rain falls in droplets that can form when droplets blank into each other. Rain falls in drops that can form when droplets blank into each other. What are they going to do? Sometimes they're too tiny, so what are they going to do? They're going to combine, right? When droplets, so where's it at? Rain falls in drops that can form when droplets blank into each other and stick together. So what are they going to do? They're going to combine into one another. Snow falls from cold clouds when ice crystals stay blank as they fall. What does snow fall from? Falling of ice crystals joined together to form snowflakes of different size. Depending on the temperature, snow may be light or powdery. Snow falls when ice crystals stay frozen as they fall. Blank is frozen or partly frozen rain. What is partly or frozen rain? Look at those definitions. What is it? Sleet is frozen or partly frozen rain. Sleet forms when raindrops fall through a layer of very cold air near the... Look at sleet. Falls near the layer of the ground. Hail is the precipitation in the form of balls or chunks of ice. Cumulus nimbus clouds are often produce blank, which starts as tiny pellets of ice in the clouds. Cumulus nimbus also produce hail, which start as tiny pellets of ice in these clouds. The pellets get caught in updrafts and downdrafts, creating new layers of ice each time, causing the pellets to get so... What does it cause the pellets to do? What does it do? Heavy. That the updrafts cannot hold them. This results in the hailstones blank to the ground. What are the hailstones going to do? If they get too heavy, they're going to fall to the ground. They're usually blank, but could be as big as a softball. They're usually small. Okay, we are looking at our questions. Number 1, what is fog? A form of precipitation. B, a cloud high in the sky. C, a cloud at or near the ground. Or D, rain. What kind of clouds look like feathers high in the sky? Stratus, cirrus, cumulus, cumulonimbus. High in the sky. And feathers. When are you most likely to see white cumulus clouds? On a foggy day, on a rainy day, before a thunderstorm, or on a sunny day? Cumulus. Think about the weather that's associated with them. And number 4, what kind of weather are stratus clouds most likely to bring? Sunshine, rain, hail, or thunder. Stratus clouds most likely to bring. Go back, if you don't remember, go back and look at your notes.